Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Tom LaHue, and we're going to be talking about the Clifton StrengthsFinder Strength of Activator today. And this is in the influencing domain of Clifton Strengths. And so we're talking about influencing people. People with dominant influencing themes know how to take charge, speak up, and make sure the team is being heard. If you're new to my channel, just go to my website, tomlahue.com. I do coaching and relationship coaching. And I'd love to meet with you. I have people from all over the world that reach out to me for all kinds of different reasons. And I'm available to you. Also, I have a lot of on-demand classes, lots of opportunities to learn and grow. And I do sometimes offer live courses on Zoom as well. Thank you to my patrons. I really appreciate your support. Okay, so let's jump into this Clifton StrengthsFinder Strength of Activator. And just a reminder, you know, I wasn't really a Clifton Strengths person. I still don't know if I really am, but I'm learning about it and learning about all these different strengths, and all of them are opportunities to see ourselves a little bit better and to grow and become better leaders, better team members, better family people as well. And this was introduced to me. I'd heard about it, for years, but I never really investigated until my brother-in-law, Barry, who's an advisor at a major university in Indiana. He works with students and he uses strength finders, and he finds it, super helpful. By the way, he's a 9-wing-1, and he found it super helpful in helping students figure out what kind of careers that they might want to go into. And being a 9, he is a really good advisor for other people and their agendas. He has a hard time sometimes with his own agenda, but he finds this to be the go-to tool to use in helping people figure out what kind of careers they might be successful in. And so let's look at this strength of Activator. When you look at the influencing domain, there's several different strengths. Activator, command, communication, competition, maximizer, self-assurance, significance, and woo. And just as a point of reference, you may wonder, well, Tom, how did you score on Activator? And I scored 11. So it's not in my top 10, but it's right there, close to my top 10. I've known some people, as I was reading through this strength and what it means, other people were popping into my mind that I've known over the years that really have this strength of Activator. And they do come across as big, powerful people who get things done and who are focused on activating, taking action, and getting things done. Now, I've got a couple of resources here. I've got a card, and I've got a book, and of course, I've got the internet and lots of resources on what these strengths are, and let's try to understand them first, okay? So this is a little card. It comes from Clifton Strengths. It's there's a card for every type. Or every strength, sorry, I'm speaking Enneagram here. There's a card for every strength, and on the strength of Activator, this is what it says. Let me get my nerd glasses here. It says, activators are people exceptionally talented in the Activator theme, can make things happen, turning thoughts into action, and they often are impatient. I think it's funny that that's stated right there on the top of the card. They often are impatient. And then in the book, this is a book called Strength Finders 2.0 by Tom Rath. He says, when can we start? This is the reoccurring question in your life. You are impatient for action. So Activator, people who score high as Activator, what do you think? Do you find yourself to be an impatient person? It says, Activator, I am, or I'm being impatient with inactivity. I imagine that these people could get very frustrated in committees and committee meetings where they don't see a lot of stuff is happening, where everything's being deliberated, but no one is, creating an action plan. Or you feel like, we're talking about things going in circles, but we're not actually like moving forward. We're not taking action. I can imagine you get very frustrated with that. I will create momentum. I bring a catalytic sense of urgency. Like, come on, let's get moving. We got to do something. Come on, let's take action. I need less discussion and more action. I love initiation and instigating. motivating people, challenging people, putting the goal out in front of them, and then breaking it down into steps and moving people forward. It would be good if you had also maybe the gift of a strategic. I think that's one of the gifts coming up, or analytical. I could see analytical, strategic, arrangers. I could see that if you had that gift set mixed with activator, man, what a powerful person who would be considered by others as being a leader, because you're moving people to action. You're calling people out, giving them instructions, giving them commands, giving them a challenge. And I can see this being, very necessary for dynamic leaders. I love initiation and instigation. I hate wasting time. So wasting resources, wasting time deliberating, but never really coming to consensus. Probably wasting time, waiting for the proper authorities to sign off on things. I could imagine that you would probably do well in a job where you're on your own, or where you get to be the leader or the entrepreneur or the director and the president of the company. I could see where that would probably be, a good role for somebody with this strength. I could see where it could be difficult for somebody who's second in command or third in command or way down at the bottom of the chain, and you don't have the authority to activate when you want to. I could see this could become a real sore spot and real problem for you and even for the organization, because the people above you are going to feel like they're being pushed all the time, and being pushed when they're not ready to take action yet, when they're caught up in indecision or need to deliberate further. The metaphor is getting out of the blocks quickly. Honestly, I have no idea what that means, except I imagine like being stuck in a maze, like a maze made out of blocks, and trying to get out of that maze quickly. The barrier leaps before they look. Okay, so that's just a little bit of insight there from that card to just kind of give you a general idea of what this is about. In the book, the writer says only action is real to activators. Everything else is just talk. Everything else is just speculation. Everything else is just discussion. It's all deliberation, but it's not actually moving the ball forward or getting results. We're not going to get any results from having discussions. We're not going to get any results. Nothing's going to change until we start taking action. And people who are high in activator might not see it as one or the other. Like, why can't we take action and then learn and discuss as we're moving forward? I have a very strong 6 wing as a 7, and I think 7s could score really high as an activator. Probably, I would say 3s would score high, 8s would score high, 7s, some 7s, initiating and activating, and then even some 1s I think could probably potentially score high. 3s because they're so goal-driven. Enneagram 8s because they're challengers and they don't want to sit around and talk about things. They want to start moving forward, taking action. And 7s get frustrated with the way things are and want to change and want to try something new. And 1s because they want to get results and better the organization. So I would assume that all 4 of those have the potential to score high in these. I don't think that necessarily they would, but I think more likely, the person I'm thinking of that was high as an activator, I'm confident was an Enneagram 8. And, I could see just the momentum and the challenge that this guy could bring to the organization was tremendous. I mean, in terms of getting things done, it was like a team of oxen, hitched to the trailer, just moving things forward and challenging people. And so it says, for the activator, only action is real. Only action can make things happen. Actions leads to performance. Once a decision is made, you cannot not act. Like, we need to start moving forward. We need to get results. And I think a lot of actors probably can figure out, or think they can figure out along the way, where, a deliberative person might think we need to talk about things and figure it out before we move. Okay, like here, a deliberative person we do it when we get it right. An activator, we do it until we get it right. And that's a big difference. And you can see where these two people could irritate each other on a team. The person that wants to plan, organize, strategically think through anything that could go wrong, deliberate, discuss, is going to probably frustrate an activator. And an activator is going to frustrate somebody who wants to deliberate because they're going to feel like they're being pushed before we have all the information, before we've really considered, the cost going forward. Okay, so wouldn't it be great if we could work together? And obviously we can. And we should leverage these strengths, whatever strengths you have. We should learn to leverage these strengths to empower others and to round out other people's weaknesses rather than to use them to overwhelm people, or to position ourselves to advance our own agenda or to advance ourselves. We want to learn to work together and make the whole team effective. That's my opinion, is don't use your strengths to outdo other people so that you can strategically move ahead of them, but use your strengths. You will move ahead of them if the climate is right. But I would say let's use this strength to benefit the entire team and to benefit the organization, if possible. Okay. So, like when the decision is made, and let's say we're going to make the decision to go downtown to the grocery store, we're not going to wait till all the stoplights are green. Not with an activator. Like we start moving forward and we go stoplight to stoplight. So we go as far as we can, we hit a stoplight, then at that point we reflect, we think through, we gain information, we gather information, how things are working, we get feedback, and then we move on to the next stoplight. And I think deliberative people, they want to plan the route to where they know all the stoplights are going to be green. Now we're able to go. We've thought it through. We've considered the cost. We've got a good plan. Now we're able to take action. So there's a fundamental difference here that is going to create problems or could be used to round each other out and really create synergy, and make the team the most effective if we're aware of these things. Okay. Knowledge is power. So you make a decision, you take action, you look at the results, you learn. You make a decision, you take action, you look at the results, and then you learn. And that's very different than the way a lot of people process these kinds of decisions. It's like, we need to think it through. We need to evaluate all the possibilities. We need to get a survey. We need to figure out, what our response will be if it doesn't work. Then after all the deliberative work is done, then we take action. And there's going to be a problem here if we can't come to some kind of consensus on how to move forward. So that you will be judged by not by what you say or what you think, but what you actually get done. And I think he says an activator, they might think to themselves, how can I grow if I don't have something to react to? Results. So I'm taking action, getting results, and then I'm evaluating those results and then moving forward. How could I grow if I'm not taking action? And that is very different than maybe like an analytical person or, again, a deliberative person. So I think one of the things I would encourage you, if you score high in Activator, is remember to try to make yourself a team member. Try to be on the team. Your powerful energy could intimidate the people around you. And you might think as an 8, well, I'm sorry, I don't know what to say. You need to grow up. You need to take action yourself. Realize, okay, I get that, but realize all of us are different. All of us have strengths, and we want to use these strengths in combination with the whole team. We can't just have guitar solos the whole song. Okay, guitar solos are great. Nothing better than a great, well-timed, melodic guitar solo at just the right time, during the bridge of the song or right before the bridge of the song. But we just can't have guitar solos the whole song. So we got to work with the rest of the band. We got to work with the drums, the bass, the singer. We got to work with the rest of the band and create a finished product that everybody is a part of, if possible. So I think it could be challenging for activators sometimes to see themselves as a part of the team. They probably see themselves as somebody out there, a maverick who is, works at best when they're unfettered, unchained, and they just have free reign to do. And you may have a job that allows you to do that, but probably any job at some point or another is going to have accountability and is going to have times where you have to slow down and get the rest of the team involved. I mean, wouldn't it be best to use your activating strength to activate others? Not just activate yourself toward action, but activate the whole team toward action. Get everybody working together. To me, that is far superior than just you getting results. If you're a 3, that could be challenging because you need to prove, there's a sense that you need to prove to others that you are the most valuable player on the team. And, okay, that's not as helpful to the team as getting the entire team to move the ball together down the field. So think of this as maybe I need to switch a little bit from most valuable player on the team to the captain of the team, and then inspire others to action. So you can transform innovative ideas into immediate action. So look for the creative thinkers and then combine your strength with them and leverage your strength alongside of the creative strategic thinkers to help them accomplish their goals. Not just steamroll, and I think that would be a good word for an activator who maybe isn't thoughtful, would come across to others as like a steamroller, just pushing and shoving and getting results and not really caring or taking the time to care about the process and what it's doing to all of the other team members. You're just focused on getting results, focused on taking action, focused on, but not really seeing maybe the people cost that your actions are taking. Okay. So when is the best time? Where's the best place? Who are the best people with whom you could leverage your valuable influence? Good questions if you have the strength of activator. So very action-oriented, let's go down a list here. Very action-oriented people. Okay, a sense of urgency to get things done. Impatience with slow progress, with indecision, hesitation, and realize some people are just going to want to think it through, like 6s, probably some 1s. I mean, they're going to want to think it through and make sure they've, in 5s even. So 3, catalytic, igniting others with enthusiasm and urgency. You probably are a risk taker, not afraid of taking risks and willing to invest a little bit of time and energy into something before we know that the results are going to come back. Pragmatic, thinking what is going to work, not what is the correctest way to do something, but what's actually going to get the results, and that's pragmatism. Responsive, responding to all of the information and the stimuli as you move forward. Let's move forward and then respond as we move forward, react as we move forward, as opposed to like being conscientious, thoughtful, and planning. And then energizing. Realize, wow, if you have this strength, you energize other people. You motivate other people. Just your presence, just your confidence motivates other people. You walk in a room and you say, yes, of course we can do this. This is what we need to do. Boom, 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 boom. And then you start taking action. That's very motivational to other people. If it's done well, it's very motivational. Other people will line up behind you because most people are just kind of standing around waiting to be told what to do. That's kind of hard to, we don't want to believe that about ourselves, but a lot of us, we just kind of are, okay, what do we need to do? Somebody tell me. Somebody take ownership of this. Somebody take responsibility and then start delegating and issuing commands, and I'll respond to that. And a lot of people are going to be so grateful that you're on the team if you can slow down and work with people, not just around them or over them or against them. So let's all work on this strength. I have a list of things, that we could do to possibly develop this strength. And if you're interested in that, you can sign up for my course on the Clifton StrengthsFinders, Your Strengths, and all of that is included in the notes. And thank you guys. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to work on yourselves, improve your strengths, and to know yourselves better so that you can be the most productive, most engaged, and really live life to the fullest. Thank you guys. We're in this together. Be present to life. I'll see you next time.